Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 2nd of November 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Old Path for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Tuesday and what energy you'll be working with. So I hope you've had a lovely start to November. I hope things are going really well. And let's ask the cards what Tuesday has to offer you. So the first card is the Ace of Cauldrons. Okay, so a gift from the universe in terms of your feelings and love and connection and creativity and spirituality. Then we have the High Priestess, who's the second card in the Major Arcana, and she's also incredibly intuitive. So that is an area of your life that's very, very heightened on this day. And then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Pentacles this way around is someone who's very skilled and expert in a particular field, and he gets to use his skills and talents in a practical sense. Here he's drawing these pentacles, and it's work that he loves to do, and he's rewarded for it, and it gives him a sense of meaning and fulfillment. So he's really someone who's working at the peak of his powers. And with that card in reverse, being in reverse, the cards are saying that if you don't move mountains in terms of your career development or in terms of your promotion or what you're trying to achieve in terms of your finance, if you don't move forward by leaps and bounds, don't be overly disappointed by that, and certainly don't be frustrated by it. The big opportunity of the day is to experience the love and to have a wonderful good time and to feel supported and nurtured. And that will give you answers to things that relate to your life as a whole. So the big questions, what is the meaning of life? What am I here for? What world is this? Instead of how am I going to get the next job up? Or, how do I figure out sending the application form, or do I write a letter of introduction, or whatever it may be? So today, going inward and asking the big questions is going to be more helpful and more productive than focusing on the detail in a practical sense and trying to make huge inroads into things that may seem complicated, or you just don't feel like you're gelling with them as much on this day. So it's not that your expertise lessen, it's just there's some sort of disconnect, maybe because the feelings are so strong and you're getting so much creativity and intuition working through you that you find it difficult to focus on the fine print and to be very consistent in applying kind of practical solutions to problems. I think it's much more likely that you want to dream and want to explore spiritually. So the Ace of Cauldrons, the Ace of Cups is a gift from the universe. It's the element of water, which is a feminine element, and that has to do with anything that kind of touches the heart. So relationships and music and beautiful parts of nature and feeling supported and loved by other people. We've got 3 crescent moons coming together here at the front of the cauldron. So what I get is that your relationships are naturally positive and you feel supported by the people in your life. You're able to connect with people where at other times you'd see the differences. On this day, it's much more likely that you see the similarities, as they say in the 12-step recovery rooms, or that you see the good parts of someone, that you're able to highlight and focus on the positives, and that you're able to ignore the negatives so much. And because you come at your relationships in such a positive way, I think other people respond and they see the good in you, and you can really have a laugh here. I think you can have a really good time. You can have a bit of a party and a sense of being a part of something bigger. And the main thing that's going to guide you is your intuition. So you're able to focus on the good stuff and to have a really great time. But then if there is something that's unclear or that's kind of not being said in a relationship with a friend or a family member, then you'll pick up on that too, and you don't have to take the bait and you don't have to make it something it isn't, and you can keep focusing on the positives. So you're able to read people very well, and you're able to look at what their intentions are. You feel that on an intuitive level, and if something doesn't feel right or sit right, then listen to that intuition. It's heightened and supported by both of these cards. Because the High Priestess, she's the second card, the second kind of entity that the Fool meets on his Fool's journey. So the Fool is 0 in the Major Arcana. Then we've got the Magician, number 1, and then the High Priestess. So the Magician is someone who channels divine energy and translates it into real life action. And the High Priestess is someone who is much more passive. She doesn't create, she doesn't wave her magic wand and make magic. Although in this deck, she kind of is, because she's got 1/1 and she's got all these animals around her. So there's a sense of connection there. But the High Priestess is much more about existing in this space that's beyond good and evil. And saying, it doesn't matter what's happening in my life or who's in my life or what I'm trying to figure out or what the actual plan is. I exist in my own right. I have my own kind of gifts and talents that I've been given and that I've appeared on this planet with. So let me use those kind of antennas to discover what my true nature is and what life is all about. Maybe it can help other people. Maybe it can provide guidance. So the High Priestess is someone who asks the big questions, and she says, what is this all about? And because she's so connected, she exists in this very calm space where she pulls information in from the real world, but also from the higher realms. So the realms of water and spirituality and the moon. So she's being informed on both levels, and because of that, she has most of the answers. All she needs to do is take a moment to sit down and to tune in, and the answer will come to her. So let's say the High Priestess has all the answers. She's seen what the universe is all about, what the meaning of life is. And she's still choosing on this day to come out of the temple and to go into nature and to take one wand and to create a sort of imbalance and to wave it and to create all these animals and all this beauty. I'm stuttering, but the implication as far as I see that in this card is that if I understand everything about life and I still make the effort to be vulnerable and to create beautiful things, then the investment must be there for a reason. There must be love, and there must be things that are worth creating, and there must be things worth hoping and dreaming for. So the High Priestess in this deck is much more active, and she says that life is good. The building blocks of the universe are love, and once you realize that, you don't have to protect yourself or put up a huge wall. You can be yourself, fall in love with yourself because you are unique. And it's when you do that, that all the goodness oozes out from you even more, and you have a wonderful impact on the people in your life and on your environment. You just make everything more beautiful. So the lack of practical skill is actually a good thing. It's the difference between getting an axe and cutting down a tree and sitting in front of one and understanding what it really is and communing with it. So again, don't lament the fact that, you're not at your most productive maybe today and that you're not getting all the paperwork done in 5 minutes. It's taken you 8 minutes. I'm trivializing it. But seriously, try and not to get upset if things don't go your way in a kind of chore, work, mundane kind of routine expectation sort of way. Instead, use this opening here to ask the big questions, to fall in love with yourself, because that's the key thing that we can do. I mean, it's not only accepting yourself and saying, I am who I am. That for a lot of us takes a long time, but it's taking it a step further and saying, I'm not just going to tolerate or accept this person that I am. I'm going to find a way to celebrate it. And then when you celebrate yourself, the way the High Priestess is here, that's when you give yourself the fuel, the celebration fuel, to then actually create something beautiful for yourself and for other people. You can't create something fabulous and amazing if you're down in the dumps, or you can, but it's much harder. It's much easier to create on the same frequency that you're at. So today you're being given a gift, you feel the love, and that's not an issue. You can extend it to yourself and say, wow, I'm not just, a male or a female or someone from Europe or the States or South Africa or wherever. I'm something bigger than that. And I'm going to celebrate something about myself today because I'm seeing it for the first time. And that really, truly can change your life. If you see yourself as someone worth celebrating rather than just, oh, you know, I'm like good enough or whatever. Okay, so number-wise, we've got 3 and 2 is 5 and 1 is 6. 6 is a temporary opportunity. So use this opportunity to discover something worth applauding yourself for, and make a note of that mentally, because the more you know about yourself that's positive and good and enchanting and delightful, the happier you'll be. And I'm not even going to say this isn't about being arrogant, because I think that's pretty obvious. This isn't about being a megalomaniac. It's just about discovering something gorgeous that lives in you and always has. And just being realistic and objective and saying, I celebrate this amazing thing about me. End of. And it's cause for celebration. Yeah. All right, so have a lovely day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please hit subscribe to join us here on this YouTube channel. Give the video a thumbs up and share it online, please, if you have the opportunity to do that. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.